Hey everyone, it's Zane from Picniconadirigibleofficial, and we're back here again with some reason for beginners explanations. In the last episode, I covered making a basic melody line and understanding some of the different interfaces in Reason. Next of all, we're going to dove into designing bass tracks and understanding the purpose and how to mix bass in Reason. So, in blank rack space, right click and create a combinator. Inside the combinator, create line mixer 6:2, and then create Thor polysonic synthesizer. Now, right click it and press initialize patch. By doing this, you're totally wiping this patch blank. Now click show programmer. Now you can see the entire instrument's programmer interface. To make bass tracks, you focus on these three oscillators here first of all. Start by pressing the 2 and the 3 to light up all three of these buttons. This will pass all three through this mixer and through the low pass filter on top, or filter 1. Create 2 more analog oscillators by pressing these downward arrows and clicking analog. And click this ocean wave shape. It's called a sine wave. It's a very clean and pure sound. Set all 3 to the sine wave. This is what the notes sound like so far. We're beginning to start to construct that bass sound that we want, but the notes are too high. Go to the octave on the first oscillator and take it down 2. On the second, down 1. Actually, we'll take it down 2. Actually, the first down 2, and then the next 2 down 1. So down 2, down 1, down 1. Now, the balance should be more toward 2 on the mixer. And take 3 up, and 1 and 2 down a bit. Now take the sustain on the amp envelope filter to maximum so that we don't lose the note's value over time. And you've essentially just designed a bit of a bass. Now, we'll take this bass and apply it to the song. So hide the programmer, bring the sequencer back up a bit, and draw in a 4-bar line by pressing either the pencil tool or pressing W on the keyboard. Now go back to your selector by pressing Q or clicking the selector tool and double click this space you've drawn. You've got a blank 4-bar pattern. Move down to C2, pencil tool, and draw a 1-bar on a C. Go down to G. Draw another bar on C, correct it if it goes over. Next on A, and finally F. This is a very basic and commonly used bass pattern, CGAF. Now exit edit mode, and there it is. What you'll notice, however, is we're moving a bit faster with this note pattern. So, either highlight all of them like this or press Command or Control A. And shorten them all to half of a measure. Now drag them all in this shape so that they form just a 2-bar pattern, and up here drag this back to the third bar. This way it's only a 2-bar pattern. Now listen. Now simply copy and paste that to fill everything. However, most basses don't have that clicky beginning. So back inside the Thor programmer, we're going to go to the amp envelope box and go to attack and bring it up just a bit. This way it isn't clicking between the notes. Go back and hide it and name this combinator sub bass. However, most people would tell you to use a subtractor module. This is also possible, and I'll go over that now. So for this, we'll actually rename it to Thor bass so that we can be more specific. Combinator mixer 6 to 2 subtractor analog synthesizer. Now, a lot of people will tell you to use a subtractor because it can create better sine wave sounds. This is true, and this is also false. True, because there can be more clean settings to be more specific on your waveform. False, because your sense of input can be drastically changed, and your editing parameters can be less accurate. However, I'm still going to go through explaining how to do this in the subtractor. So, initialize subtractor, and change these waveforms to sine. So now the octave needs to be taken down. You can already hear the difference in power. Not quite as powerful, and it takes longer to achieve the same amount of power. So we're going to stick with the Thor. So you've got your basic line here. Let's take the bass volume down just a bit. So there's the construction of that. Now we can go in the next episode into more specific things like very accurate types of synth sounds and other kinds of backings or lead synths.